All right. Well, you know, I guess you wonder why I do this all right bit. It's all right is a greeting, right? It's like, what's happening? You know what? All right. There's there's different stages of all rights, though. You know, I always come to mind when I'm drinking my morning cup of coffee, and it's all right. And it's like, well, that doesn't really fit for the morning. All right. Of course, Matthew McConaughey made that famous, right? But it's still a greeting, but it's more like at night, not in the morning. It's at night when everybody's about to start cruising or, you know, doing something. It's all right, right? That's what my get it. Matthew, if you see something different, then give me a buzz and let me know. But I'm going to have to edit that out. I always have to tape it up. I do the all right bit because it's morning, it's a greeting. Of course, you can do the single all rights, which is a little more complicated because you can say, all right, you know, that's like, okay, it's done. It's over, right? All right. Then there's all right, you know, it's like a dynamite thing, you know, all right. And then there's, what else? Like, all right. You know, like, is everything all right? All right. And one close to it, it's like a, all right. Is it done? Is it satisfactory? You know, all right. All right. So it could be a thing or it could be a person. A thing, all right. Or a person, all right. You know, a little more intense there, but if that makes sense. But I'll keep on going with my all right. And every once in a while I do the all right when something's done. If I fix something and it's done right, then I say all right. But anyway, so let me put that down. And what I'm going to do today, I had on a previous video, I had just picked up a couple of lawnmowers. I was off just making a trip to the post office, picked up a couple of them, fixed one of them, have some parts ordered. The second one I haven't even looked at yet. I just kind of played around with it, but I haven't tried to start it, haven't really looked and troubleshooted anything. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's troubleshoot this next mower. Well, here it is. It's Craftsman Briggs & Stratton Platinum 7.00. And I always get mixed up with this. I guess I'm old school, but the 7.00 I always listed as horsepower, but like you can see here, it's actually foot-pounds of gross torque. So I don't know what the actual horsepower is. Is it really only 5.5, 6 horsepower with 7 foot-pounds of torque? But anyway, decent engine. This one looks like it's been sitting around for a while, but everything's there. The gas, let's see, it's almost bone dry. The oil, let's see what's in here. Ooh, it is a little low on oil and it is dark, so there's a little something in there, but that definitely needs to be changed. What else? Levers are there, the cables are good. Alright, let me pull on the rope and see if it's okay. It's not frozen. Everything's there. So let's see. Oh, that's right. The only thing I saw wrong with it that I wanted to check out when I'm rolling it back and forth, you can see the front wheels are really tough. It's like they're binding somewhere. And This one might be a little cockeyed a little bit, but the main thing is it just doesn't roll that well. So I guess first I'm going to see if I can get the engine cranking. Then we'll take a look at the front. So I guess the first thing I want to do is I want to take a look at the condition of the air filter. At least one's there. It is kind of crusty. And I do see some Famunda cheese hanging out there on the carburetor, so I'm going to get some carb cleaner spray in there, spray it inside, and see if it'll even try to crank. Yeah, there was a lot of crap in there. Let's see what it does. Alright, good sign, good sign. I was hoping it would do that. So that's obviously one of the first things I'm going to do. Oh, that wasn't even screwed down. But I do think I have some replacement screws. They're pretty common. You know, it doesn't look too bad. It's not like it's all caked on dirt. It's just dirt. It's not oily, you know. Looks like it'll just wash right off. So let me what you got there, kitty? Oh. You got it? Found you a lizard. There you go. Where'd it go? There it is. Right there. It's right there by your head. There he goes. You better run for it, lizard. Once you stop, he's going to eat you. Uh-oh. Oh, snap. I heard a crunch. Alright, well, let's get this out of the way. Let's get this carburetor cleaned up. Feels like the choke. See, it has the automatic choke on it, but it looks like it's frozen. So I don't know if it's binding here at the carburetor, or is there something inside keeping the little flapper from going back and forth. But we'll find out. All this will come off. I have a feeling it's the carburetor because it does look pretty nasty there. hope the gaskets are good, because I don't think I have any replacement gaskets for this. That gasket looks shot. Looks like it's, yeah, split from there to there. But maybe it'll still seal. I get more worried about these gaskets on this outer ring if it has the primer bulb on it, because it has to be sealed here for that little primer button to work. But with these automatic chokes, it just you know, it's automatic, so you don't have to worry about it that much. But put the right bit on here. I think this is a 1/4 inch on this. Yeah, it might be hanging up back here, so we'll have to take this cover off. Should be moving. There we go. So that's not bad. It's yeah, this is kind of tight here. So looks like this has been worked on before. They didn't put the hose clamp back in the right place, but that's fine. Yeah, well, there was a little bit of gas in there. Looked pretty cruddy. There we go. I almost hate to take this one apart, you know. Alright, so let me get some of the heavy stuff off of here before I crack it open. But I'll tune back in once this is cleaned up a little bit. Alright, it's a little cleaner, at least where I can take the bowl off. Oh, that feels gummy. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty nasty in here. Yeah. Look at all the junk that's piled up on that. Looks like the gasket's good though. And there we go. So, oh, and the float is, the pin there is stuck. So this might be a job for the ultrasonic cleaner. So I'm going to try to let me spray it down a little bit first. Alright, that's coming loose. This is the big thing here. I hope this pin will come out, and I hope the little gasket under here is in good shape. If not, because I don't think I have a replacement. But so let me put this in the ultrasonic cleaner and see what it looks like after. Alright, so while the carburetor is cleaning, why don't we dig into this a little further? Out of curiosity, I want to see what the spark plug looks like. wouldn't even tight. Actually, looks like a good spark plug. The gap looks about right. Alright, I'm going to leave it unplugged. What else? Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to open this up. That just does not feel right. That doesn't feel good. I hope I don't strip that head off. Oh, yep. It broke off. It just felt like it was going to. But at least we have one holding it on. Twist that out of the way. But I just like to swivel the gas tank back and then twist your spout out of the way. That way you don't have to take it all off. Alright, now it should just lift off. There we go. Okay, that wasn't bad. Wasn't as bad as I thought. Still room for it to swivel. Just a little dry, you know. So I'll go ahead and get some of this stuff out of here, off of the ribs of the cylinder. So you can see here. Can you see that? This is like the thermostat that's on, you see it connected here by the muffler. So as it heats up, it moves this way. And as it moves that way, it shoves this little flap over. And that's what keeps the choke open at the carburetor. It's this plus as this starts to rotate, you can see the flap here. As that starts to rotate, the faster than the wind will shove it over. Then as it heats up, this will keep it there. But it just felt like it was hanging up on something, but it wasn't. It looks okay. Sometimes these get bent out of shape, but yeah, it looks okay. I'm just gonna try to get some of the dirt and crud out of here, and then we'll clean it up later. Yeah, it's just a lot of dried up stuff. The good thing is you don't see a lot of oil anywhere. It's not slinging or leaking oil. It has a good head gasket. Everything looks pretty good. So Yeah, not bad. Let's go ahead and put the cover back on. Make sure that stays in place. There we go. Alright, it'll make it easier to clean once I hose it down. Okay, we're still waiting for the carburetor. So I guess I'm going to tilt this up and take a look at the front end. Alright, let's see what we got. Ah, holy shit. What is all this? Can you see that? Look at all the crap under here. Would they run over a cat or something? I'm going to take this cover off and see what it looks like underneath. Not too bad. There's a bunch of junk under there, but let me pull on the engagement lever here. Yeah, it's doing fine. Good. And let's take the wheels off. See what they look like under there. Things just don't want to come off. So it might be the problem, just a lot of corrosion. So maybe the bushings are corroded up. I think that's what it is. Yeah, so this part, let me show you. So this part of the bushing here, with all the ribs on it, that is supposed to be pressed into the wheel, and that's supposed to stay there, right? So this is definitely frozen on. I'm going to take both wheels off, spray it down, and see if I can work this bushing loose, and then see if I can press it back into the wheel. Alright, so here's the other side. You can see where this bushing is still in the wheel, but it's all rusty right here. But this one at least came off. So this one I can clean up, get all the corrosion off of it. This one's going to be kind of tough. But I'll spray it down with some penetrating oil and see if I can work that bushing loose. Alright, so I got my my WTF 40. Let it work its magic. Let that penetrate. Alright, this side I'm just going to get a strip of sandpaper. This came off of a belt sander. I like to use this because it's a nice width, and you can see it has that cloth backing on it, so it's a little sturdier. And I can just wrap it around and that feels better already. Side's good. Let's see if we can do the same on there. And I always inspect the wheels too. You can see where this is starting to chatter on the gears, because it's just plastic, right? And if it was hanging up too bad, then this gear right there would start eating away on the inside of this plastic gear. But it looks good, so luckily. Yeah, it's going to take a little while. Alright, so while we're waiting for that to penetrate, I went and got the carburetor out of the cleaner. Did an okay job. I'm going to have to check into my cleaner again. Maybe it needs another repair. But so far, it's coming out okay. Float's working like it should. This piece is good and clean. This thing was that was one of the main culprits there. You can go ahead and put all this on, and put some gas in it. I think I need to change the oil too, but I'll crank it up first, get it warmed up, and then put some fresh oil in it. In the meantime, let's get this carburetor back on. Let's get these gaskets back into place.
Everything's looking good. I think I'm going to put some gas in it and see if we can get it to crank. Alright. Got some gas, give it a little time. Float bowl needs to fill up. It has a little oil in it, but I'm going to change it anyway. I'm going to crank it real quick and then we'll change the oil. So let's see what it does. Forgot to put the spark plug on. That sucker's cranking. Let's get all the dust off of there. And I think I will clean this little piece up. And we'll put a filter on it, all that good stuff. And then we'll come back and check on our bushing there on the wheel. So I did have a couple of screws. There we go. Let's see if this is loosened up any. If not, I might have to get a torch after it. It is not wanting to come off. Okay, this thing is not budging. Cannot get it off. So I'm gonna get a torch after it. Hopefully I just won't burn up all the plastic back here. Wanting to come off. Wow. This is one of the worst ones I've seen. I've had this happen before. And after heating it up and everything, I was able to pull it off and reinsert it. This one, I might have to try to, yeah, it's pretty hot. I might have to cut a slit, get my Dremel out and cut a slit over here and see if that'll loosen up, and hopefully the corrosion is right in this area. Then maybe I can work it free. Alright, got my handy Dremel out. Let's see if we can, I'm going to try to cut a slit just on this forward part of it. And don't forget your eyewear. Alright, so I got a slit in here. I'm going to see if I can get a screwdriver, pry it open a little bit, and see if it'll slide out. Yeah, it's starting to split there, but at least it's coming off. If I have to, I'll replace the bushing. Definitely loosened it up. Whew, man, that joker was on there. So this one, I reinsert it back into the wheel. You know, I'll file all this off. We'll clean all the corrosion off of here on the axle. Clean the inside, and when I tap it back in, sure there'll be a little gap in here, but it should still freewheel. You know, I'll just lube it up and it should just go and work as normal. You know what I mean? Just had to have that slit on it just so I could spread it out a little bit and get it off. So let me get my sandpaper and we'll clean that sucker up. Alright. So out here this thing works great. Just the sandpaper from a belt sander. If I was in the shop, I'd probably get a wire wheel and go around it, but you can see it's pretty clean, pretty smooth now. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty loose now. I think I'm going to put the side with the slit, I'm going to put it on the inner side of the axle. So that way, because you can see there's a little slit here on this outer part, and the slit on this, they're not going to run into each other now. So you won't give any grabbing or anything like that. I don't feel it there either, but just reduces the chances once I get this on here. So I'm going to, let's see, this way, I'm going to insert it. There we go. Alright, let's see if it'll slide on easy. Well, that worked.
Let's see how it feels rolling it around. Much better. Whew. So now just a little cleanup. Alright, let's let that soak in. I'm going to hose it down real quick. Well, there we go. The only thing I haven't done so far is change the oil. But it looks like it cleaned up pretty nicely. Of course, it's still wet, so it always looks good wet, right? But, alright. Alright, so that wasn't bad at all. There was no money out of pocket this time. But just looking at it, you can tell it's been sitting for a long time. I mean, a lot of dirt and dust on it, and it was really thick, but not oily stuff, right? There was no oil leaks, no nothing like that. It was just caked on. It's been sitting outside for a long time, so there was a lot of corrosion too. Engine-wise, it was just after cleaning out the carburetor and cleaning it up, it's cranking right up, you know, no problem. The biggest deal was on the self-propelled, on the front-wheel drive. It was, you can see all the mess that I had to tear out from that front axle. I don't know what they ran over, but it was just covered. Got all that off, and then it was the bushings on the front tires. It's been sitting for so long, they just rusted and corroded away and started to freeze up, right? One side I was able to take off and just clean off the axle, put some WD-40 on it and clean out the rust and everything. The other side I had to split the bushing so that it would give me some room to take it off. I mean, it was on there. You can see I tried to pry it off. I tried with a torch, ended up just having to cut a slit just big enough where I could, you know, loosen it up a bit. But it still works pretty good, right? Just oiled everything up, put it back, and it's good to go. Not bad for a freebie, right? So that was kind of an interesting one. But anyway, I guess that's it for this video. So once again, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and watch for my next video.